Hi everyone, this is audapostrophe. Let's continue our game of Clanaad on Nintendo Switch. So, this is the place, huh? I see a bakery immediately across the street from the park. The billboard says, Furukawa Bread. What a plain-looking store. Its glass door is half closed, but a brilliant light pours out from it like a knocked-over soda without a cap. They seem to still be open. Even so, it feels hard to walk in. Do any customers other than regulars come here? If I was a someone looking to buy bread, I'd probably look elsewhere, even if it meant going farther down the road. But today, I'm here because Furukawa invited me. My only option is to go in. I step through the door and enter inside. No one's here. Heyo! I try saying something. But don't get anything in reply. So they've just left it unattended? In that case, someone could come help themselves to as much food as they wanted. I look at the different kinds of bread lined up on the shelves. There's a lot left. What are they going to do with all this? Though it's already quite late, the trays are covered in bread. They look like they taste good. You know, I think I'll help myself to a sample. I take one off a tray. But as I bring it to my mouth, I notice something off. My hand stops. Oh, there's something in this. Suddenly, I hear a voice come from behind. I turn around in shock, only to find a woman standing right in front of me. Judging by the apron she's wearing, she probably works here. Could she be Furukawa's mom? She seems pretty young to be, if that's the case. How much is it? Oh, lucky for me. Huh? So I'll feel calm if I eat this? I don't really understand, but I try eating it anyway. Crumble. It's defeated me, at the very least. Exactly as advertised, I see. I'd expected a broad outpouring of disgust for them, to be frank. I think my lull is making her anxious. She asked me with fear in her voice. Yeah, I'm going to give this to you straight. No one would ever buy this. May I? I think the problem is more fundamental than that. Where he went wrong was having the idea of putting rice crackers in bread in the first place. I'm saying this because it isn't. Tears begin to well up in her eyes, then... Dash! She turns around and runs away. Hey, what's wrong with you? Are you a child or something? The store is empty once again. I just stand there dumbfounded and alone. I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I can't help but think of the saying. What kind of family environment is this exactly anyway? I gradually start to feel more and more uneasy. I hope that her dad is normal at least. I hear a menacing voice call up from behind me. I turn to face it. This time I see a man with a threatening expression staring at me. Don't tell me, is this her dad? He's young, just like her mom. He seems like a teenage delinquent that aged, but never managed to grow up. That's not something I do for someone I'm meeting for the first time.
お前だって突然自分の親から実はあなたは橋の下で拾った子供なのなんて告白されてみろ。ちったブルーになるだろうね。だからあいつのパンはうまいって言っておけ。おい、返事はどうした？客だからといって他人面させねえぞ。ここら一帯の住民はあいつのパンをうまいと言って食う。これは暗黙の了解だ。掟だ。法律だ。
This is absurd.
守れ。じゃねえとしばくぞこら。
What kind of ridiculous home have I walked into?
今日もよく余ってんな。
The man grumbles as he walks around the store. He starts grabbing bread off trays and stuffing them into plastic bags in front of me.
なんじゃこら。一つしか売れてねえじゃねえか。サナイのせんべいパンは。
And it's in my hands.
こいつは磯貝山地域だな。
So he goes around sharing the leftovers with neighbors? Yuck, no one likes that guy.
くぅ、こいつも売れてねえな。
Now would be a good time to run. I quietly do an about face and attempt to exit the store.
あ？てめえ、その制服、うちの子と同じ学校のじゃねえ？
He noticed.
おい、待てって。
Oh, that's right, I do. So what?
てめえ、渚の友達？
Yeah, he got a problem with that?
それを早く言え。おい、それ！今夜は盛大に行くぜ！
He approaches me and grabs both of my shoulders. I'm going home. He then starts dragging me with an uncanny amount of force. Wow. There's no way I can resist. The table is absolutely covered with rows of leftover bread.
すみません、渚のお友達だったなんて。恥ずかしいです。そうと分かってたら、あんな姿見せなかったんですけど。
I guess that's a frequent sight to her customers.
気にすんな、さなえ。こいつは少しイカれてるんだ。
お客さんにそんなこと言ってはいけません。
You can say that again.
まあ、何にしてもめでたい。こんなに早く渚が友達連れてくるなんてな。
それも男の子ですよ、アキオさん。
なに？男だぞ！
What? Did he just now notice?
もしかしたらボーイフレンドかもしれませんね。
こんなやさ男に渚を渡せるか。帰れ帰れ。
Okay, I'll leave.
こら！それでも男か！男なら力ずくでも奪っていくもんだろうが。と言っても渡さんがな。
Which is it? Because you basically just contradicted yourself there.
さあ、たーんと召し上がってくださいね。
Furukawa's mom grins as she recommends different kinds of bread to me.
こっちのパンは人気あるんですよ。とても美味しいと思います。
Furukawa's dad practically burns holes right through me with his menacing stare, his eyes filled with rage and malice all the while. An unspoken rule, a code, a law. What an awful home.
ただいま帰りました。
お姫様のお帰りだ。
It seems like Furukawa is finally back. I'm saved. I think?
やっぱりもう仲良しになってます。
おお、任せておけ、娘よ。
渚の友達を退屈させるなんてことはしません。
All three thrust their fists out towards one another. I just stare at the scene like an idiot.
どうした？アホ面しやがって。
No, I just thought it'd be best if I didn't get involved in anything having to do with this family. That's all. No big deal.
すでにこの通りちょっときつめのギャグも言い合える仲だぜ。
よかったです。
Furukawa seems to be happy from the bottom of her heart. I wonder, What's with this family?
今日の晩ご飯はパンですか？
いや、これはお祝いだからな。こいつに持って帰らせりゃいい。
じゃあ材料買ってきましたから作ります。二人で仲良く待っててくださいね。
Furukawa's mom follows after her. Now I'm all alone with her dad.
夕飯はまともなもんが出る。安心しろ。
Looks like I missed my chance to get away.
いいお肉があったのでとんかつにしました。とんかつ手抜きっぽいですけど美味しいですから。こうやって千切りのキャベツいっぱい付け合わせて一緒にソースかけて。
So this is what Furukawa normally looks like. She's speaking a lot too. It's funny how different she is when she's around her family, even this family. I must not be drawing out even half of the cheerfulness she normally has inside of her. I feel irritated. Irritated at myself for losing to this family. Then again, we've only just met. I guess our relationship is just getting started. Wait, why am I starting to feel this competitive?
うめえな。
本当ですか？よかったです。
な、若造もそう思うだろう。
そういえばお名前聞いてなかったですね。岡崎さんです。岡崎智也さん。
かあ、耳っちい名前だな、おい。岡崎銀河とかにしとけ。スケールでかいだろ。
いいですね。銀河さんってお呼びしていいですか？
Of course not. My name's Tomoya.
そうしたらあれだ。名字を大宇宙にしろ。大宇宙友也だ。これはまたでけえだろ。
いいですね。大宇宙さんと呼んでいいですか？
My name's Akazuki.
いちいちケチつけるやつだな。さない、いい案ないのか？
コズミック智也というのはどうでしょう？
それ、最高だ。
コズミックさんと呼んでもいいですか？
I just told you. It's Akazuki.
なあ、コズミック。渚の学校での生活ぶりはどうだ？
It's Akazuki. Furukawa has been laughing the entire time. I guess she realizes this is one long joke. She seems so honestly happy.
な、コスモ。
How many name changes are we up to at this point? How watch closely as the family interacts with each other.
こんなに遅くなっちゃいましたけど、よかったですか？岡崎さん？
Sorry, it just seems strange to me.
何がです？
That there were families like this. Here all so close.
そうですか？
This seems to feel absolutely normal to her. After being with them for a while, I feel uncomfortable. At the same time, I also feel a sense of frustrated embarrassment. Why is that? I was so suddenly tossed into a situation where I stood out, then I was treated like a child. What exactly was I feeling? The time I just spent with Furukawa's family, the mood in there was so foreign to me. It seemed like something that take place on a different planet. My spirits noticeably dampen. I just want to go home and sleep on this for the night. But unfortunately, in the living room, my father is sitting in a corner, his back hunched over. As I see him, I'm overcome with anger. Hey, old man, if you're going to sleep, you should at least lie down. With nowhere to channel my emotions, I simply suppress them and calmly say the words. No answer. Either he's sleeping or he just doesn't feel like listening. I can't really tell the difference these days. Hey, Dad. I tried calling him something else. He slowly raises his head and squints his eyes open. He peers up at me. I wonder how I look in his eyes. Does he really see my face as the face of his own son?
これはまた智也君に迷惑をかけてしまったかな。
The scene before me turns red for a moment. But after that, I leave as I always do. Behind me, I hear an imploring voice repeating my name, with a kun attached to it. What did I come all the way here for? What I plan to do once I got here? A feeling of nostalgia hits me like a truck. Nostalgia for a kindness I knew long, long ago. I don't think I'd ever known something like that. And yet, despite how distant that memory is, it still feels so familiar, like it happened only yesterday. But just a little earlier, I'd been watching on as something like that took place again right in front of me. When they treated me like a child, I returned to being a child. But all I did was feel annoyed by that. I hear a voice right behind me. I turn back to look in its direction. And I see a girl. She looks like an illusion, purity itself. The words flow from her mouth. She slowly closes her eyes. This is her declaration to me. This small messenger from another world. We stand there in the freezing atmosphere, in the place closest to the entrance to that world. I force myself to make a sound. My body feels as though it's been paralyzed. Yeah. My voice trembles as it answers. The girl opens her eyes. And then... her face returns to normal. To the one of simple purity that I know. Nothing really. Well... no, not really. I've calmed back down. I was just a little too early to go home. Or it was just a little too early to go home. Yep, that's me. Nah, you don't need to worry about me, though. I do this because I want to, remember? What about you, Furukawa? Are you out shopping again? She immediately replies in the negative. I see, that makes sense. This late at night? Isn't that, dangerous? I see. Well, if that was all a performance, then it's definitely worthy of praise. But I can't find the words to praise her with. Hurry up and go home. It's a joke, stupid. Don't act so devastated. She starts wiping the edges of her eyes with her finger. She's like a small child. Nope, gonna stay out for a while longer. Yeah, maybe. But that's fine. I'm a delinquent after all. That's just how some of us delinquents are. Yeah, I did. What a sharp girl. Either that or I said so much about my personal life that it was easy to guess all of that. You're wrong. I don't confirm it for her. I want to look cool, calm, collected. We barely know each other. I'm shocked you're able to come up with all of that.
そうさせるのは岡崎さん自身ですから。きっと何か理由があるんだって、そう思いました。
Hmm. Even if that was the case, what were you going to do about it? I try asking her.
岡崎さんは私を勇気づけてくれた人ですから。だから私も力になりたいです。勇気をあげたいです。
The courage to face off against my old man?
それはダメです。立ち向かったりしたら分かり合わないと。
How?
それはとても時間のかかることです。
Yeah, I bet it does. We're just kids. I look far off into the distance. Above the roofs of the houses in town, the night clouds shine dimly from the light of the moon.
もしよければ私の家に来ますか？
Furukawa's voice breaks my trance. It must be the proposal she came up with after struggling to think of something in the last few moments.
少し距離を置いてお互いのことを考えるといいと思います。お二人は家族です。だから距離を置けば絶対に寂しくなるはずです。そうすれば相手を好きだったことを思い出して、次会った時にはゆっくりと話し合うことができると思います。それにちゃんと夜になったら寝られて学校も遅刻しないで済みます。一石二鳥です。
She must have had to make an effort to say all that.
どうでしょうか、岡崎さん。岡崎さんはそうしたいですか？
Sure. Yeah, I guess so. It'd be nice if I could.
はい、そうしましょう。
You idiot. You trust people too easily. I turned my back to her.
岡崎さんはこんな私に声をかけてくれた人ですから。
Her voice is
一
tense.
緒に演劇部の部員集めてくれるって言ってくれた人ですから。それだけで私には十分いい人です。
I start to walk off. I don't hear any other words from her. I visit Tsunohara's room again that night. Hey, Tsunohara, you alive? Tsunohara is sleeping with his head rested on his kokatsu. Looks like you're alive.
つうか普通ダストシュートって人が入れないようにできてんじゃないのか。
He raises his head right as I sit down. Were your joints dislocated or something?
そんなんで入るのかよ。つか岡崎、
He brings his face close to mine. What?
あいつはマジ強いぞ。
Yeah, I actually noticed that a while ago. Oh well, I guess this means that the legendary girl really does exist.
しねえよ。
You still don't believe it?
男より女が強いなんてありえません。
You just made yourself an enemy of every woman in this country.
だってあんな見てくれだぜ。
Well, I do agree as far as that Tomio girl is concerned.
だろ、なんか理不尽だ。もしかしてさ、
Well, what?
あいつ男なんじゃない？
I'm really starting to worry about your life now.
どうして？
How about you try saying the same thing to her face? He must be visualizing the scene in his head. He's probably being thrown through the air right about now. He's probably being cremated right about now.
やめておこう。
You don't want to end up you don't want to end up in an urn.
そこまで想像するか。慌てて棺桶から飛び出したところまでだ。
That means you came back to life. That's not in character, you know.
そうかな。
Just be a good boy and burn.
なことはどうだっていい。とにかく僕が確かめる。
Going to check whether resurrection is possible after being turned to ashes?
んな怖いこと身をもって確かめるか。あいつが男かだよ。
Oh, she meaning Tomoyo?
ああ、
How?
いくらだって方法あるだろ。わかるまで確かめてやる。
At this point in time, Tsunohara had yet to realize that he had started down the path of the pervert.
丸聞こえなんすけど。
Just pretend you didn't then. It'd be far more fun that way.
んな変態まがいなことするかよ。うまくやるさ。
Well, be sure to stay safe. I want to hear your findings.
見くびるな。
I don't think that's something you can say after being completely demolished in a fight today. Anyway, I'll give up on trying to discourage him for now. I face Unohara and give him a thumbs up. Good lich. I'll be praying for your pervertedness. I say this in the most upbeat way possible.
ああ、
Sunohara takes it as a wish for good luck and gives me an equally refreshing response. April 17th, Thursday. I must have been dreaming. It was a dream of long ago. I stare at the ceiling for a while, trying to recall the whole thing. I can't remember what it was about, though. What I do know is that the dream left me feeling at ease. I crawl out of bed and begin getting dressed. Looking at the clock, I realize that first period has already started. I grab my thin bag and head to the first floor. My father is already gone. I pass through the messy room and head to the entranceway. After I put on my shoes and lock the door behind me, I leave home. I walk down the usual path all alone. There's nobody wearing the same uniform as me around. Well, of course, first period has already started after all. I see this road empty more frequently than I see it filled with students wearing school uniforms. Maybe I should just ditch and hang somewhere. I'll just be sleeping anyway if I go to school. Even so, since I'm wearing a uniform, I can't really go anywhere public. Going to Sunohara's room to kill time wouldn't be a bad choice. But hey, if I sleep in class, at least it'll be counted as present. Wow. Ah! Suddenly something hits me in the back. And it was a very intense impact at that. For an instant I can't breathe and my eyes flicker. My back feels like it's on fire. I turn around as I reach behind me to hold my back, and there stands... Ew! Don't tell me you hit me with that!
実はまだ全然運転慣れてなくってさ、免許も先週取ったばっかりなのよね。もちろん一発合格。でもって新車なのよ、新車。どう？かっこいいでしょ。
Apologize sincerely before you start boasting.
え？ちゃんとごめんって言ったでしょ？
You call that being sincere? Show your sincerity in a more tangible way. Go look up the word reparation in the dictionary.
何言ってんのよ。ぼーっと道の真ん中歩いてるあんたが悪いんでしょ。
I'm a vulnerable pedestrian. You're going to get your license suspended for hurting someone.
ブツブツとうるさいわね。強いもんに喧嘩売って負けたからって被害者面？人間小さいわね。
Hang on a minute. Why do I need to stand here and listen to her giving me crap? I wasn't trying to fight a bike. Hell, she rammed into me from behind. I'm 100% the victim here. Okay.
何よ。
I'll call the cops and tell them there's been an accident here. No matter the reason, you are definitely getting your license revoked. Have fun spending all day listening to some boring lecture at traffic school.
そんなことしたら引き殺すわよ。
Her eyes aren't laughing. I'm just kidding.
私は本気だったけど。
I bet. By the way, what are you doing here this late? Besides, isn't it against school rules to come by motorbike?
こんな時間だからバイクで来たんじゃない。人目は少ないし、急がなきゃいけないし、楽だし。
Well, you're still late. No matter how fast you got here, it doesn't matter in the end, right?
そんな怠惰的な考えしてちゃ人生腐るわよ。
Doesn't riding a bike to school because it's a breeze make you a sloth too?
乗り物は人類の英知の結晶よ。文明の要。活用して初めて意味を持つものでしょ。
What terrible reasoning. Then at least give me a ride to school.
これ一人乗りだから。
If I squeeze in, there'll be room for two.
何？ひょっとしてあんた私に抱きつきたいの？
Are you saying that it's okay to?
お昼ご飯はおかゆしか食べれなくなってもいいんならね。あ、顎を砕くって意味だから。
I don't need you to spell it out for me.
さてと、じゃあ私行くからね。
Yeah, okay. I walk to the back of Keel's bike and sit on the rear wing. Go! Whack! Her helmet mercilessly hits my jaw. Whoa, that hurts!
どこ座ってんのよ。ウイング割れちゃったらあんたの鼻潰すわよ。
Didn't you say it's okay as long as I didn't hug you?
だったらシートに座って万歳しなさいよ。
I'll get thrown off the bike.
そんなスピード出さないわよ。
Then give me more room on the seat.
たく。一回バイクから降りなさいよ。
Fine. I slip off the rear wing and stand next to the bike. Alright, now make me some room. Hey, where the hell are you going?
甘いんじゃないわよ。このすっとこどっこい。
Keel's abusive words fade into the distance as she rides away from me. Next time I see her bike, I'm sticking gum in its keyhole. With a screech, Keel suddenly does a 180 in the distance and charges this way. Wow. Ow!
そんなことしたらあんたの爪と肉の隙間に割り箸突っ込むからね。
I'll keep that in mind. After glaring at me, Keel turns her bike around and rides away once more. She sure can't take a joke. I take a breath while glaring at the bike's tail light as it moves into the distance. That reminds me, Fujibayashi's fortune. I'll have an intense impact with a gentle girl. Both my body and mind will be refreshed. God damn, you imbecile. The bottom of the hill. Furukawa is there again, standing still as can be. Morning.
はい、おはようございます。
What are you doing here again?
待ってたんです、岡崎さんを。
You were waiting?
はい、これからは毎朝一緒に行こうと思いまして。
Huh?
迷惑だったら、しないですけど。
The school's right there, you know. You just have to climb this hill, that's all.
そうですけど。
She glances at the school gates. Climbing this hill. I guess it's something she needs to work up the courage to do.
やっぱりダメですか？
She looks back at me, holding her hair as it dances in the wind. If you wait for me, you'll be late for school every day, you know.
いいです。行かないよりはずっといいです。
You should just go on your own, with or without me.
はい、努力します。
It's not like I mind, though. Huh. I guess even a guy like me is able to help her. Funny, it almost feels a bit like a luxury to be in this position. That's why I start walking. Let's go.
はい、
Her feet pitter-patter behind me. Do you need to figure out what you'll be having for lunch today?
いいです。岡崎さんが一緒に登校してくれたら、それだけで頑張れます。
I see. In that case, let's go buy lunch together. You're just going to buy bread anyway, right?
はい、
A little later, I'd look back and realize this was another odd promise I'd made to her.
いやあ、遅かったね。
You're here earlier than me? This can't be. This must be a dream. Here, let me try punching your cheek.
自分の方詰めれよ。
But wouldn't that hurt if it was actually real?
僕もいてよ。
So, anyway, why are you here?
そりゃ、このままお面をかぶったままじゃいられないからね。
Huh? Which stain do you mean?
まるでたくさんあるみたいですね。 もちろん女に負けたっておめえだよ。
Oh, that one.
今日はあいつが男だって証明してやるよ。
And you came here this early just for that? So, how are you going to prove it?
何気に男と確証を得られる質問を振ってみる。
For example?
例えば、今度ひげ剃り貸してくれよとか。
This guy actually thinks that's a casual question. So, how do you plan on smuggling something like that into a natural conversation?
んなもんどうとでもなるさ。まあ見てなって。
I guess let's go. Tsunohara leaves the classroom in high spirits.
岡崎くん。
Leaving my bag, I follow after Tsunohara. Hmm? Did someone just call me now? Well, whatever.
こう見えても忙しいんだぞ。
今日は喧嘩を売りに来たんじゃないんだ。
なんだ。
少し歩いて話さないか？
Tomoyo directs her eyes at me, as though to ask, "What's this guy up to?" I have no idea, I reply with a shrug.
歩かなくてもいいだろ。ここで話せ。
ここで。まあいいか。だな。
早く言え。
今朝はさ、寝坊してさ、参っちゃったよ。てへ。
キャラが変わってないかお前。
それでさ、ヒゲを剃ろうと思ったらさ、ヒゲ剃りが刃こぼれしてて、いててってなっちゃったよ。
そうか。
で悪いんだけどさ、お前のヒゲ剃り貸してくんない？
どうして私が貸さねばならない？
やった、かかった。聞いたよな、岡崎も。
Yeah, I heard it all right, but...
なんだ、何の騒ぎだ？
今、私がって言ったな。
言ったが、何が悪い？
つまり、お前はヒゲ剃りを持っているということだ。ということは？
持っているわけないだろう。
え？
私がと言ったのは、お前に私の所有物を貸してやる義理がどこにあるんだという意味だ。そもそも。
そもそも？
女性にそんなこと聞くのは失礼だろう。正当防衛だ。
嘘つけ！
Yep, it was self-defense.
ほら、懐柔されてるんじゃない！
あまり私の神経を逆なでするな。思わず手を出してしまうじゃないか。
With that, Tomoyo turns and returns to the classroom. So your plan was a bust, huh?
くそー。
All through class, Tsunohara moans and groans without taking a single look at the blackboard.
あの意外に大きな胸。あれは偽物に違いない。
That's what you were thinking?
きっとパッドか何かだな。
So what if it is?
だったらとっさにそのおっぱいを貸してくれと言ったら思わずはいと渡すに違いない。
Out of curiosity, when would someone ever need to borrow someone else's breasts?
そりゃ考えればいくらだってあるだろう。
I wonder.
よし、行くぞ。
Let's go. Tsunohara leaves the classroom with obvious excitement. Well, he's come this far, I guess. I'll go with him. I begin to follow behind him.
岡崎くん。
Whatever.
本当にしつこいやつだな。
違う、今回は何もしない。会いに来ただけなんだ。
信じられないぞ。
友よちゃんって意外に美人だからな。
思ってもみないことを言うな。
いやー、目の保養になるな。おっと、もうこんな時間か。次の授業が始まるな。
ああ、急いで戻った方がいい。
お、しまった。次の授業で使うおっぱい忘れた。友よ、お前のおっぱい貸してくれ。
どうして？
やった、かかった。どうしてって聞くってことは、お前のおっぱいは貸せるんだな、外せるんだな。
外せるわけないだろ
ありゃ、
う。そもそも
そもそも
おっぱいを使う授業があるか。
It was in self-defense.
うん。
このともともコンビが。そう、なかなかボロを出さないな。
Well, that's because she's a girl.
まあ、次の休み時間見ておけよ。
I'm looking forward to it. We'll just end up flying around in the air anyway. Sunohara,
ん？
have a nice lich.
ああ。
Third period ends. Okay, it's break. Just what you were waiting for.
もう休み時間かよ。なんか授業中の方が落ち着けるや。
Well, you did get the living daylights kicked out of you.
違うぞ岡崎。寸出のところで全部避けてる。
I can't believe you're able to tell that big of a lie after getting totally destroyed like that.
ちゃかしわ。
What?
まあ、お見に行こうよ。
Okay. So, are you gonna give up?
いや、まだ僕はお面をかぶったまんまだからね。絶対に友よが男だということを証明して晴らしてやるさ。
Have you already thought up your next plan?
当然。授業時間が何のためにあると思ってるんだい？
For studying?
さて、ここで問題だ。男だったら絶対に断れないものがある。それは何だと思う？
No clue. Nothing comes to mind.
んな簡単なこともわからないのかよ。てめえは真の男じゃないな。
Sure, I'm fine being a fake one.
答えはな、喧嘩の後、友情を確かめ合う美しい男同士の行為だ。男だったらこの誘いは断れまい。
I'd refuse vehemently.
よし、行くぞ。
I don't need to see this one. Sunohara leaves the classroom as he loosens up his shoulders.
で、来ないのかよ。
He comes back. I didn't say I would, did I?
朝からずっと来てたんだから普通流れでついてくるだろ。
What do I look like to you? Goldfish poop?
わかったよ。一人で行ってくるよ。あ
I'll let you tell me all about it later, okay?
あ、頼むよ。
Once again, he leaves the classroom.
岡崎くん。
Yeah? Just as he stops talking to me, the class president takes his place. It must have been her who's been trying to talk to me all morning.
これ。
Oh, worksheets. Are these from homeroom?
はい。
Thanks. I reach my hand out to get the worksheets from Fujibayashi, but otherwise stay slumped over. In one fell swoop, I grab the worksheets and cram them into my desk. Do you need something else?
は、
Oh.
はい。
I gently sit upright and turn to face Fujibayashi. Your sister's no joke, you know.
お姉ちゃんがですか？
Yeah, she was late today, wasn't she?
はい。お姉ちゃん寝起きが悪いから。
Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Clanaad on Nintendo Switch. Well, like I said, things are a little slow, but we're kind of getting to know all the characters. So it's cool. I think it's nice being able to hear all the thoughts of the main character. So we kind of understand him better, even if we don't necessarily like him. But yeah, I'm anxious to see what else happens. Like I said, this is like a famous, a famous and very popular visual novel plus anime. So people gotta like it for a reason, right? I'm sure we'll like it at the end. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.